In this tutorial, we look at using our database controls like a details view or a good view and customizing what we see rather than taking what they give us for the display. We can customize that, and we'll do that by turning it into a template view. So I'm going to start this by pulling off a details view and putting it in my project, and I'm going to link this up to the database, and our database is one that I have some. I don't have the pictures in there, and if you know database stuff, you know that you actually don't put pictures in a database. We put the file name of the picture in there, but we won't actually put the picture in because it takes too much storage. So I'm also not going to do anything on any of these other buttons. I'm just going to do a read of this database. I'm not going to do any writing. Just see what's in there, and we'll finish this off. And let's run this now and show you what you get. Although I'm going to go to the source, and because my master page is a little messed up and my menu is going to overwrite where this details view is, so I'm going to put a couple breaks in here just to move this down. So now we'll run this and see what we get. And what we get is a record with the name of a picture file in it. And what I really want to do here is, this is what the data or the details view gives me, is this. I want to customize this though and actually see the picture. So to do that, what we do is go to design view, and this is what I call this. I call this the black box. I want to crack open the black box and change what the details view is giving me. So to do that, I go talk to Rob for the details view, and I go to edit fields, and then I choose the field name that I want to crack open. I want to crack open the black box for a file name, and to do that I say convert this to a template field. After I do that, you notice the graphic changes a little bit down here, and I'm not going to really do anything from here, but I'm going to come here and say OK now to this, and then I'm going to go to the source and look in the source, and let me make this a little bit bigger. You can see that rather than a bound field like we normally have for that field, it's been converted to a template field. And our bound fields, what they say, if we look at these in detail, is like this is the one for the ID. It's saying it's a bound field for one thing. And then the data field says, well, which field from the database should I read and stick in here? And then the header text says, what should the header text be for that? And it's a couple other things you can probably figure out. But you notice on the template field, this is one for the file name. Rather than just having just this one little line, we've all of a sudden got all these different templates. And we actually have 3 templates: an edit item template, an insert item template, and an item template. And these all do the same type of things, but they're here for the different states of the details view. So if I'm just reading the data, I'm going to look at the item template. If I'm in the add new record of the details view, that's where I'm going to do things in this insert item template. Or if I'm editing a record, that's where I'm going to deal with things inside this edit item template. So that's the 3 different templates. Then within this is just showing me inside the black box, this is what the details view will display. And so in this case, for the reading one, it says, you know what, I'm going to give you a label. And for those you know that VB, a label is just a way to display some text. So it says I'm going to use a label, and the text that I'm going to put in that label, well, here's where we say this little chunk of code, everything in the single quote says, this less than % pound sign says run some VB code. And this VB command, bind file name, this says go out to the database, actually to our, well, it's not actually to the database, but our thing, we're storing the information from the database, and get the thing for this record, get the file name data, and they'll put that in the label and display it. So this is how we're getting that picture name there. So what I might do, well, let's do this first. What we can do is say in our template now, rather than just taking what they give us, we could do something like this. We could format it so I could make it bold just by wrapping a bold thing around this. So now when we run this, oh, got something messed up here. What did I mess up? Oh, some reason I got rid of my space there. Okay, so now when we run this, you see that this text is bold. So all we're doing is, inside this item template, we can do whatever we want. I could put some text in here. And now when we run it, we'll see there's the text. So I can put text in there. I could put pictures in here. I could put links. I could put a table in here if I wanted. It's just within this template, I can do whatever I want. So let's do this. Let's actually put a picture in here. And to put a picture in, or to say let's put this picture in, what I'm going to use is the HTML image element. And then here in the source, rather than me hard coding the name of a picture, I'm going to say, well, let's go to the database and get the name of the picture file. So I'm going to copy this code and paste it up here. And then I'm going to come out here and finish closing that image tag. So this would work. However, well, let's run this and see. It should work. But I messed something up here as well. So image source something. Let's see. Okay, so I can't use bind in this case. I'm going to use bind's twin brother called eval. Does the same thing. And then you notice it kind of works, but I get this broken picture icon. And the reason for that is I have to fix the path name. And because this file is kind of up here at this level, and my copy image is down here in this folder. No, I'm sorry, that's something I forgot. My images have to all be here already. I'm using the file with the point of the image, but I also have to have the image in my project. So to get at this, I need to put the images folder on the front of this. So inside the quotes here, I'm going to say eval, and I want to actually get this /images/ on the front of this. So I'm saying just take this string and then add it to whatever we get from the database and use that for the path for the picture. And we need the alt attribute, so I'm going to leave that out here for now, but let's run this. And what else did I mess up here? Oh, my quotes, I'm sorry. So you're going to notice this whole attribute is inside single quotes, which means when I quote a string inside it, I have to use double quotes. Otherwise, this is saying, hey, this string here starts at this single quote and ends at this single quote. And then this stuff out here would end up being nonsense. So I can have quotes inside of quotes, but I have to stagger them. So I start with a single quote, then double quote the string. You notice double quote the string, and then end the whole thing with the single quotes out here. So now when we run this, still doesn't work. So I'm going to try it this way without the slash to get the path name correct. And there we go. So there's the picture. So let's do this to see if this works for every picture in the database. And the way we'll do that is we'll turn paging on for our details view and run this. We go to the second picture, we see the apple.jpg and the boing.jpg. So that's it. Again, the trick, or the big lesson here is that we can crack inside the black box for any of our database controls by going to Rob, going to Edit Fields, converting the field to a template field, and then going to the source and editing the template. And what can we put in the template? Anything we want. If we want to get the stuff from the database, though, we're going to have to either use a bind or an eval to get what was in the database.